Oh, this is pretty. Oh, fuck, this is pretty. Hold on. This is gorgeous. Well, today we're building, I believe it's pronounced the Cinque. It's a 60% keyboard designed by Tea House, who also did the Aileen and Bina. And the Bina I really liked. So this is going to be an interesting one. A 60%, another one we were blessed. I know this is a really pretty one. The price is pretty good. It starts at around 340 USD. It can get a lot higher. Conversion rates are kind of weird because I feel like it's been fluctuating. Like when I checked this yesterday, my conversion thingy said it was like 330, but then I checked it today and it was like 338 or something like that. So we'll just say 340 for the sake of talking. It's a nice board. There's a lot of interesting variations you can pick up. So there's a champagne silver sandblasted copper, there's a polished stainless steel, there's a full copper, there's a polycarbonate version. So there are some really interesting combinations you can get with this board. There's a solder and a hot swap PCB, and there's also 3 different layouts, being a win keyless, and 7U HHKB. So this is by one of our sponsors, Kibu. Oh, this is pretty. Oh. So just for the sake of talking, guys, I have not seen this in person, and I didn't get to see a website until like the other day. Oh, fuck, this is pretty. Hold on. This is gorgeous. This is pretty heavy. This is like one of my favorite colors. I love this like little accent they got going on in the back too. And then it says in cursive the keyboard name over there, the logo. Dude, did you guys see the stat for the front height on this? I don't know if you guys have perused the website, but this has a 14.5 millimeter front height. It blows my mind. Look at this. Look how low to the floor this thing is, man. And I think they're not even including the front, like the little mini cherry lip they got going on over here. Because I think with the cherry lip's even lower. I believe it's like 12.5. Dude, this color is gorgeous. How does the side profile look? Oh, that is nice. Oh, dude, look how slim this thing is. I mean, we'll see how the spacebar sounds on this. I don't know what to even expect. We're going to see what the plate looks like. I like the internals over here. So we got thin side bezels. We have a very small cherry lip. This is the HHKB version. We have internal screws. They are Torx, which is really nice. We have a little bit of stepping going on in the internal for the copper part on the bottom, which is nice. It helps to flex some sound, which is, I think, gorgeous. I'm a little confused by the naming scheme of this board because I was told this again, Cinque, I'm not too sure how to pronounce this properly, 55, but on the website it says Cinque 60%. So I guess we're just going to ignore the 55 and just call it this. But very, very pretty. Like, holy shit, this is nice. Very, very, very nice. Love the way this looks. Man, these are really gorgeous curves on the side. Comes in a nice hard shell case, has a microfiber cloth. I mean, what more can you ask for? Kibu always gives us that. Now, if this is done by the studio that did the Aileen and the Bina, I'm hoping this isn't... No, thank goodness. Sometimes they give us flex cut PCBs. Cinque is 5 in Italian. Yeah, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be like 5.5, so... I think this is a 1.2 mil PCB, just so everyone's like fully aware. I'm pretty positive this is 1.2 mil. Which I don't have any quarrels with personally, but usually you get a little bit of a thinner sound signature from it, but we'll see. No daughter board, which is interesting. But we do have a fixed USB-C slot here on the top. Pretty PCB. We do need to knock this part here off on the top. We have lots of compatibility. It's because you can use a 10U and it turns into a 55. Yeah, I see that. But I don't have a 10U spacebar, so we're not going to test it. We're not going to do it, dude. So far, I'm liking this. For 340-ish, again, I think that's at the rough conversion right now. I don't know if you guys want to fact check me on that. But when I checked earlier, it was about 338, like I said. It's a very fixed looking plate though, huh? I'm not sure if the plate will be different. Okay, this I'm not too sure about, okay? I'm not positive on how this works for buying plates. Because if that's the case, then all this compatibility that's on the PCB disappears in an instant. I'm hoping they release plate files. I'm not sure if they are. Usually they do on Kibu. But this stock plate, I would have liked to see a bit more expanded. Yeah, actually, you're right. Maybe we could do this plateless, but I mean, what if you wanted to use a plate? Why not just... Okay, my gripe with this is why not just put all the same compatibility on this plate? I guess that's where my confusion lies. Yes, it's from Tea House, but Kibu's vendoring it, and I'm guessing it's going through, it's designed by Tea House, going through Kibu. I'm guessing it's going through Kibu's manufacturing pipeline or something like that, but it's gonna be vendored from Kibu. Because I'm guessing all the other stuff's inside here. This is so nice. What do you guys think of the design of the board? Really nice, might pick it up. Reminiscent of modern design IMO. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in here. I want to see the internals. I'm very curious. Whoa, so is it just really sitting on those tiny little gaskets? That is so interesting. So, I'm guessing these tiny little things here, I'll use this as a pointer. These are the gaskets. That is so interesting. Plateless on this board, a board this low is wild. Yeah, that is crazy. Will this even be okay to use in a plateless config, I wonder? Like, I feel this, like this is... No, you know what? I don't think this is going to bend too much. Interesting. So I was wondering, would it not rattle around? And do you guys see these little... This is actually interesting here. See this little point over here? These little nubs sitting on the aluminum? I don't know if I can get you a good photo of how this looks. Do you see how it's just putting right there? It's just pushing down on the PCB enough to make contact with those gaskets on the bottom, and it prevents it from rattling around? Wow. That is, I've never seen anything like that. I'm wondering, would that not cause some feedback back into the top plate or the top portion of the keyboard? All right, well, fuck, let's just do some stabs. I'm guessing we're doing this plateless because I really want to do this plateless now. Actual thought in the design. This is a really interesting board. I keep using that same word, but we're going to be using some cherry switches today. No foam. I may lay down this or something if this bottoms out, this piece of foam, but we'll see. I'm so excited to build this. This is such a pretty keyboard. Okay, well, this looks good. This just lays like this. Interesting. Will this close nicely? It does. Great. You forgot the plate. You're right, I did. Whatever shall I do? Again, because of the way the top frame makes contact with the plate, I would make this weird assumption that there'd be some feedback, but the gaskets are so tiny on the bottom here. I don't know how this will sound. Again, I may, just so everyone's clear, I have a weird feeling we should be using this. Although this is still considered an optional piece of foam. But because this is so low, that I have a weird feeling that maybe it'd be a smart choice to do that. But we'll see. Let's start putting some stuff together. Ah, that looks real nice. This color of this particular board, plus the copper, just looks so good on this. God, the bezels look really good on this. Here's that PVD part, or stainless steel part on the back. So that's how the back looks. I love this angle of the board as well. This looks super good. Look how good that looks. And then the side. Like, these are just so pretty. This is so good looking. I mean, yeah, it's the same people who did the Bina. The insanely low front height is crazy too. I imagine this with the plate would be a lot brighter. What the fuck is this space bar? It's interesting. I do think I'd want to rebuild this with the plate to get a bit of a higher pitch sound personally. Pretty crazy though. Pretty crazy. No, I don't have time to do a desolder only because my desoldering iron's having problems right now. And it would take me too long to desolder the board right now. I do want to swap out, one thing I'm going to do right now with you guys, I want to swap out this spacebar or the stabilizer. I don't know if I like this Owlabs one. I feel like I'm hearing chatter from it in like a not natural way. So I'm going to sit with you guys here and just quickly swap it out. We have lots of time still, so And I also want to try it with the bottom foam too, so just bear with me as we do this. Yeah, like I can hear it ticking on this side, and I don't know if it's just because it's a 1.2 mil PCB as well, but I'm not vibing with this stab. So we're going to take it out, and I'm going to remove it and place something else in there. So much better, man. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe, again, maybe it's because this was a 1.2 mil. So much cleaner sounding too. Holy shit. Right call. We'll do a foam right after this. I want to see what it sounds like without the foam with a proper stab in there. To me, that's much better than the Owlabs stab. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but... still incredibly loud. Now I want to try this with a bit of that bottom foam. Jeez. Dude, this spacebar is insane. What an interesting way to change the sound too. Interesting. I'm going to try one other thing though. You know what? I'm going to try a milky yellow because I feel like I do want to lower the spacebar sound a little bit. As cool as this is. All right, let's see what this sounds like now. Oh yeah, this is so much more in line with the alphas already. With a plate, I think you'd get more of a higher end sound. God, this is insanely low. 14.5 mil. Is this the lowest 60% I think I've maybe ever used at 14.5, not including the cherry lip? This may be the lowest one I've ever used. I'm still impressed by that number too. Like that is so interesting to me. So according to them, it's so not the cherry lip. It's all the way to the back here, and they're saying that's 14.5. So I wonder if they're not including the bottom of the weight here. I guess they're just doing it right from this lip. Okay, so it's about 14.5. I don't know if you guys can see, but I think where they're measuring it from is here. See where my fingernails pointing? Here opposed to here. I would probably say it's a safer bet without including the foot to measure here. So I would say realistically this is about 15 millimeters. And then if you want to include the cherry lip on this, about 13.3 millimeters. Is that what they said too? So they're saying 12.5. Yeah, so I think it's about 0.5 millimeters higher than they're actually saying. What about the internal edge to the bottom? And then including the foot, which I think is also important to measure as well. About 16.1 with the foot. I think their measurements aren't crazy accurate for this, but that is still crazy low. Like insanely low, dude. And these little gasket pieces are still blowing my mind. That's it. This is the entire gasket piece. I think sound-wise, I slightly prefer the Fukuro. I do slightly prefer it, but comfort-wise, this is pretty crazy. I guess I'm also still a little bit shocked by the way this just contacts the board. You know what? I want to try it now with the force brake. Overall, I'm happy with the board. It's an interesting mounting style that I feel like works for this because you want it to be as thin as possible. So sandwich mount makes sense. Or a sandwich contact pad hybrid type thing makes sort of sense here, but I'm gonna put it right here. All right, let's see if this does anything. I feel like it does. Does that sound a bit different to you guys? I feel like it does sound a bit different, like a little bit more full almost. Like it's the same as before. I think it's just missing some of the metallic notes, which I'm preferring now. This was a board that I got asked to do, and then I only got more information like a few days before stream. And that's when I also got the board. So this is pretty, dude. The bezels are a perfect width on the side as well. Like, I am very much vibing with this. There's something about this that just looks expensive, which is really nice too. And it sounds ridiculous, but it does look high-end. Yeah, it does look high-end, right? I think it's that low front height. This is like really thin copper base over here too. Bye, everybody. Love ya. But